guys, and welcome to my review of One Piece 835, The Nation of Souls. And this chapter was interesting to say the least. But yeah, let's just get into it. We start off with having a lot of things about Film Gold because it came out in Japan was it last weekend, I think? But yeah, if you haven't seen it and you have the opportunity to and you don't know if you should do it, you should go watch it. I watched it last week and it was absolutely amazing. I might even do a review of it, but yeah, go watch it if you can. And if not, well, that's just really sad, I guess. But yeah, we also have a color spread, which is really nice. It's just this really nice color spread of the Straw Hats eating ice cream, and we have this really funny thing with Brooke, Sanji, and Zoro, and I guess Robin too, who are all having this brain freeze, and not Robin's just really cute and just and the others are going and I thought that was really funny. Overall the color spread looks really great. But yeah, let's get into the chapter because I'm just talking a lot about non-chapter stuff. We start off with a little Oda box saying that in this nation, every 6 months, the citizens are given a choice between life or leave. And basically this just means that the citizens of Haki Island and the Totlands, they have to give a month of their life force to Big Mom every 6 months. And in return, they get protection and they get a place to live and stuff like that. And for a pirate, I don't think this is too bad. I mean, she is giving them a choice, and although I'm guessing that leave kind of means dying, as they would have a bunch of information on her, but we'll see. Life or leave sounds pretty nice, and let's just put it like that. And I guess that a month is not too much to lose, considering that she could take a year of their life, so we find out that the people that are collecting these souls from the people are these big black blobs that we saw a few chapters ago that a lot of people, including myself, were like, what the hell are these things? But yeah, these blobs, which we still kind of don't know what is, they are collecting these souls in their baskets. And we see them take a piece of a girl's soul, and I feel because the panel is, I think she's supposed to get older, but the panel after she had her soul taken, she looked younger, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, they change appearance. And I guess that makes sense that you would get older every time you have some of your life force taken out of you. So if you're supposed to be 80, every time you get a life piece out of you, you get close to that 80 point. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to say that. The reason that they can do this is because Big Mom's their fruit power is now revealed to us to be the soul fruit. And the fruit can be used to take life force from living things and then be put into dead objects or animals. They cannot be used on dead people or living people, which is kind of the foil to Moria's fruit, which he mainly used on dead things, and a few people used them on living things like Luffy and himself. So that's kind of the opposite, yet I think Moria also used it on trees and stuff. We had those really weird trees, but I guess that counts as dead people, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of the opposite, yet still the same as the fruit that Moria had. Which is interesting, because a lot of people are speculating that we might see Moria in the Wano arc, as he is probably not dead and he had beef with Kaido, so yeah. We then get to where most of the chapter is spent, and that is where Luffy is in the Seducing Woods, which is kind of boring at this point. I'm really tired of Seducing Woods, but I think what we got in this chapter was necessary information, even if it wasn't the most interesting of storytelling, I guess. But basically you find that Luffy has captured all of these lookalikes, as we saw in the last chapter, but it so happens that one of these lookalikes is actually the real Nami. And we figured out from Nami that when she was captured by Brûlé, she escaped because she was very useful with her Clean attack, and I'm guessing that this sets up a nice fight for Nami, hopefully, maybe, I guess, I hope. But yeah, we had some very nice panels of her using her Clean attack and then flying away from her. That was really, really nice. But we find out that Brûlé has this reflection Devil Fruit, which again, a lot of people speculated this because of the Mirror Luffy guy and a bunch of other things. But basically when Carrot goes to attack her, her attack backfires, and when she tries to charge on her again, break the mirror that she's holding out, she gets captured by Brûlé. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I like this plot point because I feel like each and every chapter the Straw Hats get more and more separated and we have more and more people that are just like scattered around and just what are they supposed to do? We have Brooke and Pedro who just they're roaming around and they have figured out that Big Mom knows that they are there and they're just like fuck. We have Sanji who's basically a slave to his own family. Then we have Luffy and Nami who are together but confused. We have Chopper who gave Nami the opportunity to escape, but we now don't know what the hell is up with him because Brule, when he transformed into his like big monster form, said that Big Mom would find him interesting, which is, I don't know how to take that. Should we take it as, well, we shouldn't let them meet Sanji, but then again, because Chopper is now an interesting person, because Big Mom is supposedly collecting all sorts of beasts, kind of like Kaido, I guess. Chopper is of interest to them, kind of like how Frankie was of interest to Caesar back in Punkaside, where they basically wanted to kill everyone except for Frankie because he had all of the Vegapunk things on himself. So yeah, I think Chopper might be an important plot point later if he gets kidnapped and sent to Big Mom. But then again, I don't know what he should do because Nami is the one who has the information about Lola, which I will get back to in a bit. But yeah, basically I don't like the plot point of Carrot being captured. The only thing that's okay about it is that she's not like a main Straw Hat, so it's not like she will be missing and that'll be a bad thing. So I'd rather have her being captured than like Nami or Chopper. But then again, I don't know what happened with Chopper, so one thing I forgot to talk about is Brule's Devil Fruit. She says that her Devil Fruit is a mirror, of course, and it works like if you have light, then it reflects the light. That's how a mirror works. So I'm guessing because she was very specific about this, it's setting up that her ability won't be able to work in the dark because if it's dark, there's nothing to reflect, there's no light. So that would mean that to take her out, you would do it in the dark, and that's where observation hacking would be useful, I guess. Which is interesting. I would like for another person to awaken Haki. Because obviously we have the Monster Trio who knows like Observation, Armament Haki, and Luffy who knows Conqueror's Haki, and then we have Usopp who recently awakened his Observation Haki. Of course we don't know if he can use it really well, he probably can't, but he has the potential at the very least. And I think what will happen for the rest of the Straw Hats is that each and every one of them will get their own, like one of the Haki forms, because back in the day when Rayleigh first explained how Haki worked, he said that a lot of people usually just chose one of the Haki forms and then had that as their specialty. So for Usopp that would obviously be Observation Haki, which goes well with his position as the sniper. And I'm guessing that for a person like Nami who like not controls the weather, but she predicts it and she is one with nature in that way, I guess, Observation Haki would suit her very well. The same with like if we go to Brook, I think that Armament Haki would suit him very well because of his abilities as as a fighter, where I don't really see Observation Haki being so much of a thing for him as he has like the soul thing with his stealth power. But yeah, basically each Straw Hat could get their own like Haki thing. That was kind of sidetrack, but I want Nami to have Haki. It is now also revealed to this part of the Straw Hats that Big Mom indeed knows that they are on the island, and apparently the people who are stalling them at the moment have been told that they should not capture the Straw Hat but just let them roam free but never let them get to Sanji, which is really smart. If you remember back in Punkaside where Caesar locked up, was it Frankie, Sanji, Nami, and Chopper, and they basically escaped immediately. And Law told Caesar, well, if you had the Straw Hats, I would have told them that keeping them locked up in a cage would not have worked. And I think that's kind of what Big Mom is understanding, that keeping them locked up won't do anything. But if you let them roam free and just, like, get them confused in the seducing woods, that would stall them more than putting them in a room where they would inevitably escape from. So yeah, that was pretty smart, even though it's quite annoying to stay in the seducing woods. And I think we've only been here for like 4 chapters, but I want them to get out of this stupid forest. Lastly, we have the reveal about the apple juice guy being a husband or one of the husbands of Charlotte Lindland, aka Big Mom. And we also find out that he is the father of Chiffon, who is married to Capone, and Lola, who we met back in Thriller Bark. So we now have absolute confirmation that Lola is Big Mom's daughter. Which is nice because that's a long-standing theory that has now been confirmed. But as we find this out, the apple juice guy is basically pulled out of the earth by one of Big Mom's sons, the 10th son, who is called Charlotte Cracker. And he is weird looking, let's just put it like that. He looks a bit like, is his name Dory? One of the giants from Little Garden, just in a non-giant way, because he's not that big, although his proportions are really, really weird. But basically he is annoyed by the apple juice guy because he just gave important intel to the Straw Hats, who are of course their enemies. So I'm interested to see what will happen then. I kind of want just the apple juice guy to turn out to be really strong. But the most likely scenario is that Luffy will punch the guy because they have figured out that the apple juice guy can be an important ally because he is Lola's father. I mean, it's probably Nami who will tell Luffy to do that, punch the other guy and then leave the apple juice guy alone, because Luffy was proper mad at the apple juice guy in this chapter because he was just kind of laying in the earth watching as his crew got beaten. But yeah, I feel like, one more thing, I feel like Luffy is a bit on edge at the moment, and I feel like because I think that Luffy is aware of how much shit is going on around him and that he's just stuck in this stupid forest, because we have everyone is just separated. And then he has Nami, who's just telling him, well, Kara got captured and I don't know what the hell happened to Chopper. So we have that. Then we have Sanji, who's captured and is supposed to get married in like 1.5 days. And he also has like half his crew going after Kaido, so they have to like wrap this part of their adventure up quite quick, because if not, Kaido will kill the other part of his crew. And I think like in his mind, Luffy is aware that they have this weird time limit because Kaido is going after them. And maybe, I mean, people give Luffy a lot of shit for being an idiot, but I think like in the back of his mind he is aware of the fact that they are in a worse situation that it would appear. And I think it's Chopper who also said that they have been severely underestimating the Big Yonko, the 4 emperors. Which is true. I mean, Luffy is basically at war with all of them. He has the beef with Big Mom, he has declared war against Kaido, Shanks is his rival, and Blackbeard is his arch enemy. So yeah, there's that. I don't know if I forgot to talk about anything, but I feel like this video is like 20 or 25 minutes long, so yeah, I should probably stop talking now. If you liked anything that I had to say, please give a thumbs up, and leave in the comments below what you thought of this chapter. Did you think that it was interesting? Did you think it was boring compared to the other chapters which had a lot of action? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Let me know. And subscribe if you want to see more of me. I also do reviews of Shokugeki no Soma and Haikyuu, so if you're into those, subscribe to me. And until next time, bye!